Good afternoon, Commissioner, and thank you for your efforts and your getting around the state personally, visiting many areas. I know you're on the road a lot, and we certainly appreciate seeing you around and seeing you in the Southern Tier and the Finger Lakes region. I want to thank you and the department and the governor for their outstanding work on the craft beverage industry in recent years. And it's all, I think, a credit to cutting the red tape, as you said in your opening statements, to reducing regulations, streamlining application processes, and combining different types of applications and permits together has certainly shown great gains in the industry. And I only bring that up as a point and a message, maybe not so much to you, but to the governor. See the success we've had in regulation and red tape cutting in this industry. Let's try that in some other industries and see how productive we can be in this state, because this has certainly shown great gains in that regard. With regards to the throughway tolls, elimination for farmers and agricultural products, there's been raised complaints, concerns by farmers of the weight limit restrictions on vehicles, and that many of the vehicles that they operate getting goods to market, and particularly some of the larger ones that are taking goods down to the farmers markets in New York City, their vehicles are going to be excluded from this by weight limits. Are you getting that input as well?
I've heard some comments to that effect. Let's talk about that.
Okay. Do the throughway toll exemptions for ag products, will that include forestry products, do you know?
Yes.
It will?
I believe so.
Because there certainly, I think, will be weight restriction concerns
Sure.
with that type of transportation as well. Now, with regards to the minimum wage, and I certainly understand that this one's way above your pay grade, would you advocate for an exemption?
Was that a pun?
What?
Was that a pun?
Not really.
Okay.
I'm not funny. I'm not funny. They can vouch for that.
Not intentionally.
Would you advocate for a carve-out for agriculture and farms from this $15 minimum wage proposal?
I think that would have its whole set of challenges, because farms obviously compete in rural communities for young people and people of all ages to work. I can see that being problematic.
Now, there's many programs that have been greatly reduced for agricultural research, marketing in the budget, and I believe in your earlier comments to some of the questioners, you say you're a fan of the Farm Viability Institute. That's a good program?
Absolutely.
And then why is it being cut by 75% in your budget from $1.5 million to $400,000?
Some of that money was moved to the EPF line, I believe, and but I think this is where we need to get into the discussions with you guys on the legislative ads and local assistance money to highlight the importance there. The governor has given us at EnCon a budget for us to do our core mission. And I don't mean to hedge on this, but this is what the budget process allows us to do then, to get into that and talk about what's necessary and what's nice.
Well, it seems to be an annual recurring process that the governor eliminates these things and we put them back in. But there's a myriad of programs that the governor has completely eliminated from this budget that supports a variety of research and marketing for the berry growers, the Christmas tree farmers, the corn and soybean growers, the honeybee research, maple research, Farm Viability Institute, Grown on Long Island, Harvest New York, Hops and Barley Program, Maple Producers Association, apple growers, apple research, onion research, turf grass, the Wine and Grape Foundation being cut by a third, wood products development being eliminated completely. And particularly concerned to me with all the efforts in the craft beverage industry that I've applauded you for at the outset here, why reductions to the Wine and Grape Foundation and to the Hops and Barley Program would seem critical to that, and the continued efforts to increase production in these areas, particularly with hops and barley for the microbreweries and for the distillers that are popping up. They're still encountering great shortages of supply to get New York grown product to get even better incentives for their products. So I think it's important that these types of programs be continued to help support these industries in a variety of ways. You know, we talked about pollinators, yet we're eliminating funding for honeybee research, which is critical to that. So, I mean, there's a variety of programs, and your justifications for those being cut out?
Well, let's have those discussions. I think, you know, clearly a number of things did get funded. There's been an investment in a number of areas, and you articulated them, certainly in Geneva, you know, into the wine lab there, into cider research there, into hops research there. But I think we need to get in this process more of you involved and talk about what is really important and what exactly is the need, where is it, and how do we quantify that. So let's have those conversations, and let's get into the weeds on those things.
I'd love to. Thank you very much, Commissioner.
Thank you, Senator.